Okay, so let me just tell you guys, first of all, my name is Tina Bostic. There's a lot of you I don't know. And I want to just share with you my journey, and it really starts with my journey from my parents. So I am first generation Greek American, but I came to Charlotte, North Carolina via Canada. My dad decided to move us to Charlotte because all his friends and family from Greece actually had already started and established their community in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I did grow up at the Holy Trinity Cathedral there. Now, of course, it wasn't as big as it is now. It's gigantic now. St. Nectarios didn't even exist back then. And I am dating myself, back in the 70s. So anyway, my parents' devotion to the church is what I learned and what I saw, because they were extremely devoted to the church, especially my mother. My father owned a restaurant and he worked all the time, so obviously he wasn't able to go to church as much as my mother. She was extremely devoted to the spirituality as well as the culture. And through her commitments and her volunteer work, I learned what it was to be a good steward. And a good steward is a reflection of our love, loyalty, and trust in God. And I think that's very important for us to remember those words. It's love, loyalty, and trust. So if we fast forward and how I got to Wilmington, I met my husband in college, and he was from Wilmington, North Carolina. And so when we began our family, we have 2 boys, Nico and Lucas. We decided that it was very important for them to also learn the faith, the Orthodox faith, as well as the Greek culture. And to me, it was home. It was something that I knew, very familiar, and it was easy for me to come to St. Nicholas and start my journey there. I started the journey of volunteering when the kids were young, because definitely there wasn't enough volunteers to do all the activities we wanted to do. And started with Joy and Hope, and I love seeing Irene in the audience, in the congregation, because Irene and I did co-chair Joy and Hope for a while our children were growing. And then we moved to Goya, and being co-chairs of Goya, along with David Snow and Kula Katsikis, we had a fantastic time with the children, coordinating, planning activities, and just having a great time and helping them really get to know the spirit of the church as well as the Greek culture as well. Now, what I want to just explain here, to me, as far as what stewardship has done for my life through that volunteer work, is my children gained friendship, but I gained friendship. And so I learned that when you give, you get, you receive back. And it's through your time, talent, and treasures that happens. And being able to say here today that all those friends that I made, those friends have now become family, because my son Lucas married Alex, who was also in Goya with him, in obviously HDF, in all the different activities, going to Advent and Lenten retreat. Those are the things that my children have grown through, as well as what I grew in Holy Trinity. And that's what's so important, is being able to establish some roots for your children. Now, to carry on this faith, because it takes active participation. You cannot sit back and be passive. You have to get involved. Sometimes it's scary at first because you don't know a lot of people, but get out there and just, get out of your comfort zone and really take the time to learn about the spirituality of the church. And there's so much you can do and volunteer to be part of this community. Now, as the children got older and they didn't need me as much, I thought, well, I really want to learn some more about the church and how it runs, and I decided to join parish council. And boy, what an eye-opener that was. I did serve on various aspects of the board, helping this church to grow, and I learned a lot, and I enjoyed my time with the parish members and parish council members. Just being able to see the overall perspective of the church is amazing. And there's a lot to do, but it takes all of us, and it takes active participation on all of our parts to continue to run the church. I think what's most important for me is showing your loyalty to the church, your trust, and your love of God by the different acts. And it's, again, time, talent, and treasure. You guys know that. You've heard it. But you really have to take stock of what you're doing and how much you're giving. And that's what I have to do. Now that I've become a grandmother, with my lovely grandson in the pews over there, it's time for me to do something different. And I'm asking myself and questioning myself, what's next for me? What do I need to do to help St. Nicholas continue to grow? So I hope you guys take time to evaluate your stewardship and your life as a steward in your community, what you think is valuable, what you want to do going forward. Because it does take some time to sit and really think through where I am today, and don't let the busyness of life pass you by that you're forgetting the church and not doing your part as well. I certainly hope that helps explain a little bit about my perspective and what I feel stewardship is like, and what the blessings that I've received from being a good steward, or trying to be a good steward anyway. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate your time.